Ephesians 6 brings us the 6 items of considered the armor of God. And the question is, which of these 6 items have I deployed to in an area which I've been attacked? I'm taken back to Ephesians 6, looking at verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. That is such a powerful introduction to this idea of the 6 items that are the armor of God. And looking at this collection of verses as well, I was reminded of what I carry in my pocket. Actually, I got from my daughter. It is a coin that has all 6 items, the front and back. The reference to Ephesians 6 and all 6 items listed and represented to remind me of the importance of them. And for me, the one that stands out is, according to the King James Version, verse 14, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth, also referred to as the belt of truth. And hearken back to verse 11 to use that belt of truth to be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And I'm so appreciative of having God reveal to me the truth of biblical cosmology, to have my mind opened recently, several years ago, but I was already into my 60th year of life before this concept was made known to me. I looked into it, prayed about it, and came to a belief in that system, looking at physical proofs and scientific and logical proofs, but also being very interested in biblical proofs. As a Christian, have been studying my Bible, relied on the infallibility of the Word of God, and seeing that as a real emphasis for me in all areas of my life. When this possibility of a flat earth, of the true biblical cosmology as shown to me in the Word of God, came known to me, and in looking at that truth and seeing what information was out there, what support I could find, was pleased when one of the few people I heard online who was actually coming at it from a biblical standpoint. So many flat Earth videos and others come at it from a worldly or more scientific or what have you. But I was really pleased to see Dean Odell on video, and then to meet him in person and start attending his conferences and church services, and still listening to him more online, but really enjoying in person. But what it has done for me is reminded me of that, the truth of the Bible, and it just points me to are other individuals not worthwhile was the word I was going to use. Are they trustworthy? Trustworthy is the phrase. I'm reminded of people I might be enamored with their logic and with their approach. Someone who comes to mind is a fellow named Jeff Childers, for instance. He writes a very popular blog that is a truth blog that I agree with quite a bit. He started writing it really as a reaction to the COVID lies, which I appreciate. That was also one of the eye-opener for me that really initially led me to being open-minded enough to look at flat Earth. But he writes a blog called Coffee and COVID, and very positive approach to the daily news. But he is also enamored with space and space travel and all the news coming out from SpaceX and et cetera. And so it makes me he is not plugged into the truth, God's truth of the Bible, which makes me then be cautious about looking to him for truth and wisdom.